already.
Boom! Here we are, live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Rolling. What up? What up? We are back in the game. Another Moto Monday. We got Big Faisst. Hey, we had so much fun last week hanging out with you guys. So I figured his last night in town, we might as well get him back on. Another week, back to back with Big Fizz. And out of here, 5:40 a.m. He's booking early flights.
Too early.
Hey, bud, how'd everybody have a good Thanksgiving? Cool. Who we got in here?
I don't know. I can't see. I don't have my glasses on.
Hey, we had a good Thanksgiving.
V-Dub's in there.
V-Dubski?
Thanks for the dinner, V-Dub.
We took Big Faisst out for his birthday on V-Dubski. So good looking out, V-Dub. But hey, hoping all you guys had a good Thanksgiving. We did. We hung out a ton this past week. We ate a whole lot of food.
Too much. Too much.
A lot of pie, a lot of pumpkin pie. And he couldn't get enough. We just actually went to the store before we jumped on live and tried to sneak in dinner real quick. I was getting the cart, wiping the cart down, trying to sanitize it before I walked in the store, and he already had a pie in his hand when I came to the door. He's sitting there with a pumpkin pie. First thing into the cart was another pumpkin pie. So if I'm out of shape, it's because of Big Faisst is doing me dirty.
Off the program this week.
Big time.
Get back on.
Big time. But
next week.
Hey, thanks for being here. We do this every Monday night. Let me get this up here. If you're new here, we call this Moto Mondays. We come on live every Monday night, 7 p.m. Cental Time, and we talk moto. We talk about bike setup. We talk about riding, talk about racing. Last week we had Big Faisst on here. We told a lot of old stories, just funny stuff growing up. You want to follow me? We got at Ronnie Faisst. You want to check out Big Faisst and get some good entertainment on his what do you call your page? What is that?
Instagram.
I know, but it's not a what do they call those things? Memes. He's got all the memes cracking. He's the king of the memes. King of the memes over here. And if you want any information on schools or moto merch, you can check it out at RonnieFaisstMX.com. So let's scroll over here and say what up to all the boys. Let's see, we got Brian Dean up. Here comes Mel. And we can't forget Mel. Mel's here every week after week. What should we call her? Director?
Director. She's the director of operations.
She's always coming.
And I'm directing right now. You need to turn the mute button on.
Oh. See, this is why we have Mel watching.
And I need you to move over 3 inches.
Oh, here we go.
3 inches.
She's cracking the whip right now. I need to move over. All right. Director. All right, so who we got? We got Anthony. We got Adam. What's up, brother? I'm in third, better than being in fourth. B-Dub going hard with this super chat right off the bat. Oh, no. Dude, already?
What?
Oh, don't even. Can you hear that? Dude, I don't even want to. Dude, it's not, we're just getting started, man. It's like 5 minutes into the deal, and he's already ripping them. He says, not going to make it to, B-Dub's not going to be here. He says, Mom has been in the hospital. Cancer sucks. Ronnie, I will keep in touch with you throughout the week. Big Faisst, have a safe trek. Oh, my God. Have a safe trek back, and I will also... Have a safe trek back, and I will also be in contact with you. Peace, and God bless. B-Dub. All right, B-Dub. Well, we are sorry to hear about your mom, and we pray in the name of Jesus that she will be healed. And thanks for always... the love, B-Dub. We love you, brother. And yes, keep in touch with both of us. Keep us updated, and we'll keep praying for your mom. We got Eric D up in here. He says, what up, big bro? A little shout out. Eric swung by the crib today. Said, what up? We got Monroe. We got
right there.
We got Big Brian. What up? What up? How do I say that? Swam? Samsonite? No, I'm just kidding. Remember Dumb and Dumber? Swami? It's Swam, right? Swam Family Racing. All right. Oh, I feel bad when I mess up people's names, but hopefully I said it right. It looks like Swam. It's either Swam or Swami. What? Swaim. Maybe it probably is Swaim. I probably jacked you. Sorry, brother, but much love for being here. Happy Moto Monday. We got Big Nine. Oh,
what you said? I guess.
Always forgetting the peepers. He's cracking on you because you got your glasses on. And we got Big Adam here with a super chat. He says, I'm broke this week. He says, sorry to hear that, B-Dub. Keep you in my prayers, Ronnie and Big Faisst. Yes, sir. So thanks, Adam, for the super chat love. And Adam's always here. We got the week showing love, being a cool brother. Hey, and you guys' hats are on the way. And I know Adam said he's on the road right now. Adam's a trucker, so he's out driving right now. But it went to that address you gave me, and it was on a 2-day, so you should have it. Went out today, so you should have it by Wednesday. Same with B-Dub. Hats are on the way. Hey, Mel, bring up one of those Rockstar hats. Last week we did some we threw the Rockstar hats up on the site. There's a Rockstar. We have like 2 left. So I want to let these guys know if they can get them before they're all out. Bring one up so that I can show it.
One that's sitting there that you left.
Is there one down there? Yeah, grab it.
Okay, I need you to scoot over.
Oh my goodness.
If you scoot the computer over, so it
All right,
keeps
she's
you
cracking the whip here. She don't like my placement.
I know.
But anyway, we threw the Rockstar team hats up on the site, signed ones, and a couple made it through the week. There's like 2 left. So I'm giving you guys, anybody that want. Come on, what are you doing?
You get the computer
Hey. So we'll show you guys what they're like. If anybody wants them, I think there's only 2 left, 2 maybe 3. So jump on those. I was surprised they made it. I thought they would have been gone by now, but there's a few hanging. All right, so who else we got in here? We got Big Brian. We got Colin. We got Jason. We got Big Mike.
No, talking crap again on it.
DK.
What'd you say?
Oh yeah. Brian said it's beeping. Sorry, brother. I had it all. I forgot to hit the mute button. But good looking out. And got my boy Taylor up in here, my little homie from the class. Big Taylor. What's up, brother? DK. Got Mr. Robinson. What up, Ron? Oh yeah, here's one here. So hey, there's seriously 2 of these, 2 or 3, 2 or 3 max. Signed Rockstar team hats. We found a little stack of them, threw them up on the site, and most of them went, but a couple didn't go. And like I said, if you guys are looking for them, jump on the site and get them because they probably not gonna last much longer. Check those out. Yeah, so Brian got his signed Shaway hat today. Yep, so Brian was on there grabbing his Shaway stuff. So, and that's another thing. There's some Shaway stuff up on the site. This is the last of the Shaway stuff. Just happened to have it left over for when I had the company and threw it up on the site. And hey, we're doing there's a 20% sale going on. It's been going on since Black Friday. So if anybody wants Moto merch, go to RonnieFaisstMX.com. It's 20% sale. Goes all the way to midnight tonight. It's been going on since Black Friday, and it's Cyber Monday. So it'll stop at midnight tonight. So jump on there so you get the 20% discount, and the discount code is RFMX20. So make sure you use the discount code so you get it. So you got to midnight tonight, and thank everyone that's been supporting the merch this past weekend on the sales. So we appreciate that. So who else? What else? Brian, Eric, Ethan. All right. So we see all the boys in here. All right. So if you're new here, the way we do it, it's your first time here. Thanks for being here. And the way we do it, so I can find the questions, is we put some question marks up because we get a lot of people in here, and I scroll through. And I see, people are talking to each other in the comments, and it gets hard for me to find your questions from the comments, and I might skip past it. And I try to always scroll to the top and go through and ask or answer everybody's question and not skip anybody. So if you got questions, let's gear them towards Big Faisst, or as much as you can around us, because like I said, this be,
not too hard.
You guys get to hang out with me every week. We hung out with him last week, and it was super fun. And so we're like, hey, it's his last night in town. Let's get him back on because it's just gonna be me for the rest of the winter. But hey, we're looking at some cool software, and we were thinking we can find this software. Like obviously, Mel helps me out with all this stuff. She figures all this out. But there's a way that we could basically split the screen and have me on one side, and then I can call in and get some of my friends in California, like Deegan, Twitch, Taka, Potter, whoever, any of the moto dudes from back in the day, and have them come on, and we can figure out how to do a live direct. When I'll be here in Kansas, they'll be in Cali, but it'll be like we're both in the room. So we're trying to figure out how to get that software up and working, and that's going to be something that we're going to try to do through some of the winter months here. why it's cold. Get some of the boys on here, and I think that'll be fun for all of us. But anyway, last week we talked about just a lot of old stories. We were laughing a lot about things we remember from growing up, racing together. Like I said, if you guys missed last week, go back and watch it. It was a pretty cool show. We were just hanging out, a lot of memories of me and Big Faisst going through the amateur ranks together, Loretta Lynn's every year. And what are you laughing at? You rip one again? Dude, you gotta watch him. If he starts chuckling, you know something's up. He'll just sneak one out and it'll get you. No. What?
Nothing. I just started laughing.
Yeah, right. I'm starting to get hot in here, dude.
I'm trying to. No,
that ain't right. But yeah, we had a lot of good memories. We're talking a lot of good. Any funny stories we can think of before we jump in?
no.
To the show? He said no.
No.
But hey, we can jump in and start asking questions. Last week, I feel like we probably talked more than we didn't get a whole lot of time to answer questions because we probably told stories the whole time. So we'll jump in, and if any stories come up to come to memory while we're doing it, we'll jump on there. But let me see. Let's see if we can find any questions here. We'll get it started. I'm trying to think. Did you see the comment? Did you see the comment Richie Zepko left on one of the videos? Because he saw that we did the live last week, and he said,
Probably said squirts.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. He's like, did they bring up like squirts or something? You guys could probably figure out why he had that nickname, Squirts, Race Squirts.
The race squirter.
Getting all nervous before his son races, more nervous than me. Running off the line to the Porta-John. All right, I'm looking for some questions. All right, start sending them in. Gear them towards like me, Big Faisst, racing together, father-son stuff, anything like that. And we'll get Big Faisst to talk a little bit since we won't have him here for the next couple of weeks. All right, so let's get DK up here. Oh, wait, I thought this was the question. It says, early in the morning, what you going to do? Ooh, wee. Put it in there.
What? What did he say?
I think that's a quote from my old video.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what that's from. All right, but I thought you were saying, what are we going to do early in the morning? Because we're getting up early. We got to get up at like 5. Get him to the airport.
Too early.
We're leaving at 5:45, so we're hitting the road early. Get Big Faisst back to Philly. All right, here we go. Get Ethan up here, Mr. Robinson. He says, are you going to come ride snow bikes in Idaho this winter? Man, actually, I probably won't. Just because I haven't. The only reason I ended up there the first time I got a chance to ride there is because I had a chance to race Winter X Games. And the Timber Sled guys, that's where I went, right? Idaho? I always get it mixed up with,
I think
Idaho is where Timber Sled is, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up there the first time is I got invited to go out there and ride with those guys. So I don't have a snow bike anymore and I don't got no invite. So most likely I probably won't be out there, but man, it'd be super fun to go. Had a lot of fun on those snow bikes, especially out in Idaho. And I say that if you haven't had a chance to ride a snow bike, get a chance. Go ride it out in the backcountry because, in my opinion, the track's fun, but it's not as fun as the backcountry. They work a lot better in the powder. So if you ever get that opportunity, it's super, super fun. You got to jump on it. All right, so we got Steven here. He's saying, much love and respect, Big Faisst and Kung Fu. Hey, got Nico here. What up, brother? All right, Big Dan. So Big Dan's a police officer out in San Diego. So he was at one of my, he gave me that little, Gave me that little.
Be safe, brother.
Yeah, man. He says, what up, Big Faisst? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good.
He said
the food was
real
good.
calm.
The food was good. Not bad.
All right, so here's the
all
deal.
good.
We're not gonna throw her under the bus, but we're just gonna be honest about things. Mel does not like to cook at all, so she's not a big on the cooking scene. But she's actually made Thanksgiving 2 times for us. She's cooked Thanksgiving.
It was really good both times.
The funniest part of this is a good story. The funniest part of the whole thing is the turkey was in upside down.
But it it worked. It was
It
so
worked.
moist.
This is why she got confused. Because it didn't have no legs. It didn't have no legs or wings. We bought just the breast. There's only the three of us. And Mel doesn't eat a whole lot of meat, so it was just me and Big Feist. So we bought just like a 10-ounce breast, which is a whole turkey minus the legs and wings.
10 pound, you mean?
10 pounds, sorry. 10 pounds minus the legs and wings. So, and I buttered it up, spanked it up, got it all ready, and then she wanted to put it in this bag. So when I put it in the bag, she just tied the bag and then set it into the cooking thing, and she set it upside down. So when we got, it worked out good though, because it did. It cooked in the juices.
So moist,
it was
so good.
But I thought it was funny. I like opened up the bag to look at it. I'm like, what the heck's a turkey upside down? But anyway, it was good. Amazing. It's all traditional. We had turkey, we had stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, the rolls, the whole we went traditional style. That's how we did it. And it was good. But and then we went with the pumpkin pie. We went hard with the pumpkin pie. But we had a really good Thanksgiving.
Every breakfast
and Mel,
before bed.
I don't want to say she can't cook. She just doesn't like to cook. Because actually when she does cook, she can cook good. She just doesn't cook all the time because she don't like it. But she can cook. She cooks good when she goes for it. So good shout out for Mel for the... I told her that's a new thing. You should like tell people about. It's like an upside down, like, don't they make upside down cakes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, upside down like pineapple cake.
Yeah, pineapple
It's an
cake,
upside down Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah,
it's a new thing.
It's all good.
Keeps it juicy. All right, so Adam's on here. He says, "Want to hear some stories, Big Feist from you?" He says, "We want to hear some stories of Big Feist and you from back in the day."
Can't tell the tour stories.
I know, huh? He always says that. He always, I can't tell the tour story. I know, huh? But what are some good ones, though? Some good ones.
They were the good ones. They were the good ones.
I remember you got so mad at me the one day because remember I crashed in practice and I bent the bars and then I like went out. I don't know if it was the next practice. I rode 2 classes, so sometimes I went out. I just remember I crashed, bent a pair of bars, crashed, bent another pair of bars, and then I crashed again. And you were so mad at me about crashing and bending bars, you ended up leaving. I had to catch a ride home from Neil.
I think I threw your boots at you and left.
We didn't get in many fights at the track because we always got along pretty good. But he was really upset that day about me bending bars. He kept saying, "Why you keep crashing?" Like I was doing it on purpose. Like I went out there purposely and fell over. So I had to catch a ride home from my best friend that day. Big Feist had it with me.
I was on the road.
He was out of there.
I was out of there. Had things to do.
So I guess I can't forget that day. What's it say? Memorial Hunt.
Memorial Hunt.
Big Feist. Steve saying, do you have a memorial hunt? Like a memory of a hunt. What's your best hunt? He's got some big bucks. Big Feist has killed some big bucks in his life. I'll give it to that.
Jersey bucks.
Well,
small.
Big
Compared
for Jersey.
to what I seen
yeah.
tonight.
Hey, yeah, that's
small.
the thing. Hey, we went out. So that's another thing I like to do. We do family rides. It's usually me, Mally, and Mel. And we took Big Feist, got to go on our family rides with us. And right before sunset, we go out and we ride through Stillwell, Kansas, and we look for bucks. And tonight we went out and we got this little loop mapped out. Normally we see 20s about normal. 20 does, maybe a buck or two. Our best night was 40. And tonight we seen over 50. Best night. Big Feist last night in town. 50 some deer
50, yeah.
and 2 monster bucks. He's seen these 2 bucks I've seen before. He's seen two of the biggest ones I've seen he got to see. So now he's got a little taste of what Kansas looks like. Because it's funny, because when I first moved here, I would see a buck out there and I'm like, oh my God, it's the biggest buck I've ever seen. And then through time of living here, especially this year, because I've seen a ton this year, I realized some of those first ones I've seen, they don't look as big to me anymore. And that's what he said. He's like, man, that's the biggest buck I've ever seen. I'm like, they're big out here. But anyway, what's a good memorable hunt for you in Jersey? Even though I'm still giving him props for Rax, because he has a whole, I mean, when I was growing up, the whole entire lower part, we had like a split level home. The whole entire bottom level of our house was deer heads. All deer heads, and he had the full mount.
Had a full mount.
And then you had the little baby mount, you had the fox, but all deer heads, and he still got most of them. You don't have a lot of them hanging out.
No, I don't have a lot of them,
But anyway, what's a good memory hunt?
Oh, they're all good. Whenever you kill something, it's good.
He said they're all good.
Oh, good. You kill something, they're good.
Probably the one you have fully mounted at the house is probably one of the prettiest racks It was just
Yeah, that was-
perfect.
that was
It
nice.
came to the front, and you could perfectly fit your
Yeah.
fist right in between
I
the
think
two.
it was an 8-pointer.
It was an 8-pointer, but it was
Yeah.
like symmetrical, perfect, and he killed that right in the backyard. So that, I mean, that Spruce Street house, it probably killed more bucks behind that house.
I killed a lot of
And I
bucks
killed my
out there.
first buck back there, growing up. So I think that was probably just the funnest stuff, was hunting in the backyard. That was always fun. I had to go very far. And he still does that. How far do you walk out to the blind?
No, to the barn probably.
No, the blind.
Oh, the blind?
Where you have
probably
your blinds.
100 feet. 100 feet.
Yeah, that's fun. That's his big hunting trip. Walks 100 feet out the back door, gets in the blind, turns on his heater. All right, so we got Big Brian here. Says, Fights, how do you like the sporting goods store? Was that Shields or Cabela's? We went to Shields that day. Remember, we were looking for the guns. So
yeah, that's a
He
a
loves
nice
that
store.
place.
That's a nice store.
I should have took him to Cabela's because it's not far from here. It's over by the
No,
Speedway.
we
We
go
went the
to-
last time you were here. Didn't we take you over to the
Yeah,
Speedway?
but we go over to Cabela's up in Pennsylvania, which
Mm-hmm.
is a big Cabela's.
So which one do you like better, Shields or Cabela's?
I like
Shields got a
no,
little bit.
Shields.
Got a little bit of everything.
More.
Well, it's got other
Yeah.
sports too.
Yeah.
Cabela's is more
Yeah.
hunting and fishing.
Yeah, Cabela's more.
Cabela's probably
Cabela's
bigger.
went down a little bit since Bass Pro Shop bought them out.
Huh.
But,
But we were looking at guns. What? That was one thing he noticed. Tell him the story about your gun that you're waiting on.
Yeah, in Jersey, I've had a gun on order. I guess about 3 months. Springfield XD Mod 2 subcompact, and they had one in here, and it's like $200 difference from here to New
Yeah,
Jersey.
way cheaper
Yeah.
here than it was in Jersey, and a lot easier to buy guns here.
Yeah,
and
but
for people
they
who don't
won't let
know,
me buy
Feist
one here.
packs heat because he's a retired lieutenant, so he likes to pack heat. But we need to pack some heat around here. You can carry it.
Yeah.
I'll have to pistol whip you. Easy. You got the COVID cough, man.
COVID cough.
Checking us up. All right, Eric D with a little super chat. He says, "Get Big Feisst a Starbucks on me tomorrow." All right, hey, we might have to leave a little early for a little Starbucks stop on the way, but hey, easy, man. I'm wear my mask in here,
I got that tickle in my throat again.
but we'll get you a Starbucks on ED tomorrow. Good looking out,
Yeah.
brother. All right, so here we go. Steve said, "What did you eat from VW?" So this week we went hard with the food. Very first stop when he landed from the airport was straight to Casey Joe's for the pulled pork sandwich. But then we took that place is good. Hey Casey, we got
So off the program.
I know he's off the program right now.
Oh.
He come hang out with me for a week, and it's been steak,
Terrible.
potatoes, Mexican, Italian, burgers. We went hard. We grilled burgers yesterday for the game. We had sweet potato fries and burgers.
I'll need a heart transplant when I get home.
We had fillets one night.
Oh.
We took them to the Mexican place. Yeah, Casey Joe's. And we had about three Thanksgiving dinners because we ate it for leftovers for
we ate
lunch
that
and dinner the next
actually,
day.
we ate it 2 days, lunch and dinner. It was so
But
good.
we went with VW. We went to it's called North Italiana. It's here in Leawood. It is our favorite, me and Mel's favorite Italian place. So we took Big Feisst there. Italian's big in Jersey, so I said, hey, you got to come. This place it's good though. They can run with the Jersey Italian. I told you they can
Not
do
as
it
good as New Jersey Italian.
Nothing as good as Jersey.
And the turkey bowls from Wawa.
You guys know what Wawa is?
Wawa.
Big Feisst lives at Wawa.
That's
Wawa
right.
is like the convenience store of the East Coast, Jersey.
Shout out to my girls from Wawa.
But shout out for B Dusky for the chicken parm. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was real good.
All right, here we go. Mel's coming with a good. Here we go.
Here we
Any
go.
advice for the Moto dads? Moto dad advice.
Yeah, run the other way.
Right the other way. That ain't right.
No, just show your support. You know,
There you go.
you have fun. You go out, race, have fun, and don't get too serious about it. Because when you do get serious, you start to lose it. you
Yeah.
know, put too much pressure on. But just go out and have fun. It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. I do it all over again.
Yep.
We had some good times.
Huh. So that's it right there. have fun. And I think that is really good advice, because think about this. The whole reason we get started in this is because it's fun. You go out and you ride dirt bike, you have fun, and then you want to compete, and then you go race and have fun. It's always been about, it's always fun. You did it because it was fun, but sometimes you can get so serious and get so into it and put so much pressure on yourself. The fun can sometimes start to lose it. You start to forget why you were doing it. And you gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. And when you stop having fun, it's not good.
Yeah, we raced with a couple kids. Their fathers hit them and stuff when they come off the track, because they remember that one guy.
Barati's.
And he had the upchuck or
Uptake.
His dad was
Yeah, I remember.
Totally, huh?
Yeah, there were some people who got a little aggressive.
People got really aggressive, and kind of ruins it. Then your son or daughter, whoever's racing, don't want to race anymore.
Yeah.
It just turns them off.
Yeah, but even in I just look at my freestyle career, even when I was, through my freestyle career, trying to learn tricks, when I was having fun and was keeping it fun, I was learning and progressing the most. Sometimes I would try to learn a trick and put a lot of pressure on me to get that trick, and if I couldn't get it fast enough, or I was struggling with it and I got frustrated and mad at myself, it steals the fun, and then you can kind of find yourself frustrated, and sometimes you don't perform well when you're frustrated. So you got to just remember why you started, and it was all because it was fun and it was enjoyable, and you got to keep it like that. Even at a top level, it's you don't want to lose the passion for it. It always, when it's fun and you're passionate about it, things can start to click.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get Colin up here. It says, how many countries did FMX take you, and what is the favorite place outside of the U.S. you have been to? All right, so FMX, I didn't go a whole lot of places in Europe, but I've been to Switzerland, Norway, France,
Belgium,
but that was moto.
Yeah, that was moto.
That was a moto race.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
Barcelona. Yeah.
Did I say Spain?
No, I don't think so. We did X Games in Barcelona.
But that might have been it. Yeah, that might have been it in Europe. And then there were some film trips too. That would be freestyle, or at least free ride. I did Peru, I did Japan, I did Australia, I did Mexico, Canada. Where else? I did Thailand. That was a race though. I raced in Thailand. Is that all?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Probably it.
I think that's it. Yeah, I forgot about Mexico. We went there a couple of times.
Oh, and Brazil. I did Brazil. X Games.
Don't drink the water or drinks with ice in it.
Yeah.
Believe me.
I did X Fighters and X Games in Brazil. So quite a few spots. I haven't been as many as some people. A lot of people have been like Taka. Taka's probably been everywhere in the world. But hey, I'm very thankful and grateful I got to see a lot of those countries, because they were pretty sweet. But the favorite spot, I think Japan was my favorite spot, just because when I grew up, I was always a martial artist, always was into Bruce Lee, was always in the martial art films. So I really appreciated going to Japan, because I was just in the martial arts. So that I always wanted to go there as a kid. So that was definitely one of the coolest trips. And then I've always just loved Australia. We got to tour there during the Crusty Tours, and Australia has always just been, it's super fun there. The Australian dudes are super fun. And we had a lot of friends there, a lot of Australian riders. So everyone speaks English, food. It's a fun spot. But hey, Barcelona, that was good. They're all good. I think I enjoyed all of them. I really did.
Yeah, nice.
Even Norway, I went there and rode a freestyle contest. That place was sweet. Norway was really sweet, really nice, high end. All right. Moto Dad advice. Kind of hit that one. Any other Moto Dad advice coming to mind? We'll throw it up here just to make sure we're not skipping you. But Big Faisst touched on that a little bit, of just about keeping it fun, having fun, not putting don't put too much pressure on the kids. I know we get serious and everybody wants to do good. I get it.
I know so many kids who parents put pressure on them and they just got burnt out and and they were good.
Yeah, even me as a coach, when I'm working with people, it's I want to push, but at the same time, I don't want to be the annoying to where I ain't coming. I don't want to work with this guy. He just annoys, or you know what I mean. So it's there's a fine line of being able to try to push someone at the same time without being annoying, I guess. And here's the thing, though. If I think it's wise if parents are, thinking about, a lot of parents try to be, self-coach their kids and all that, which is great. But if you can find outside coaching, and I'm speaking from a rider, for some reason, you listen to someone else, and you'll listen to other coaches more than you want to listen.
Never listen to me.
I didn't ever want to listen to them. And this is far like when he would tell me like, yeah, you need to rail that and do this. I'd always be like, I would always think like, how do you know? Like, you don't ride. Like, I was kind of like my thought process a little bit. But then a coach could tell me the same thing, and I'd be like, oh yeah, okay. Like I need to. But it'd be some of the same stuff my dad told me. So sometimes it might be wise as a parent to step back a little bit, allow the coach to get in there, because sometimes a coach has a good little just, I was more open to listening to a coach than my dad. Mainly because he didn't ride, so I thought he didn't know what he was talking about.
Actually, when we got into the sport, neither of us knew anything.
Yeah, we didn't.
You didn't know how to ride the bike, and I didn't know anything
had zero
about motocross. So we kind of learned together.
Yeah, but I do a lot of the things that you told me, even though you didn't, come from a background, were true. And here's the thing: if you send your kid to a class, stand around, listen to what the coach is saying. So you can get that same knowledge and wisdom. Exactly. That way, when you leave the class, you can remind your kid what the coach said. Remind them. So it's good for the parent to stay there during the day and absorb it as if you were taking the class as well.
Exactly.
Because that way, because you did that a lot.
I stayed there every class.
Every class. And then when he'd get home,
every section of the track we moved to. Yeah.
And then when we were home during the weeks and the months after that, he was always reminding me of like, I went to Gary Bailey's motocross school, so he's always reminding me of what Gary said. Like, hey, Gary said this, you got to do this, and he stayed. So that was kind of like, that's really where you learned how to coach me by going, because he did. Because in the beginning, he just kind of let me ride, and his main thing was basically just pin it. Or you got the shirt on. Just pin it. Yeah, that was it. And a lot of mini dads are like that. Like, hey, just pin it. Like, so necessarily wasn't more. They just wanted me to go fast, but he didn't really know the technique to to develop the speed. And so he did learn some of that from Bailey. But I will say it was the smartest thing that I did as a young amateur was to get coaching, because it did shift. If I could,
you could tell the difference.
No. Maybe next week I'll bring some photos. I'll show you a photo before I went to class, and I'll show you a photo after I came out of that class. And I went from riding full goon style, elbows in, hips forward, just goon. Like, I had the worst style possible. It was like I couldn't get any worse of a style. And then I went to class, and it totally transformed my riding style. Arms up, head forward, over the front of the bike. And just got way smoother. Way faster, way safer.
You could tell the difference from before and after the class.
Yeah.
Because we'd always stop at a track on the way home when we leave Virginia. We stopped in Pennsylvania. I think we raced a couple of times. Maryland, Virginia, wherever. But anyway, you always could tell the difference because, like, after you finished, the first class, you started beating guys that you couldn't beat. Mm-hmm. So
it helped a ton.
It helped a ton.
And I started
and then the other
crashing
parents were
less, too.
asking, which school did you go to? They were all asking us at the track.
And I made less mistakes. That was the big thing. I used to crash all the time. I seriously could not get through a moto without crashing. And then going to the class helped smooth me out, less mistakes. And then that very next year, I finished second in my district. And the year after that, I won. Because I went... Yeah. Figure I started racing in 1989. Yeah,
but you only had two races that year.
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow and Power Line, I think. And then the next year, did you go to school the next year? Or was it
1990, I went to class because I got the pictures from it. And I'm on a 1990 CR. So 1990, so 1989 was my first year racing. So the very next year we went.
Okay, so you went to school from the beginning then, because you only raced the two races your first year.
Yeah. So we got into it quick, but it was seriously helped a ton, and I loved it. Like, I seriously, it was the funnest thing for me. All right, longest kill, rifle or bow? Big Faisst, Steven.
Longest kill, rifle or bow? Well, New Jersey we don't use rifles. We have to use shotgun with buckshot or slug. And my longest kill probably was at the back of my field, probably 100 yards. 100 yards with number 4 buck.
100 yards?
Yeah.
With what?
Number 4 buckshot.
Number 4 buckshot.
Yeah.
100 yards. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Which gun? Bolt action?
My bolt, Marlin bolt action, $45. I bought that thing for.
So that was your first gun, right?
That was first gun.
So that was his first gun. He gave it to me as my first gun. So someday I'm gonna pass it down to the
Things at Cannon.
thing. I killed my first deer. You killed your first deer with it.
Yeah.
I killed my first deer with it. That's how one of those things you keep in the family. Old bolt action. It does sound like a cannon when it goes off. But it's probably killed more
Yeah.
deer in our family than
Yeah.
all of our guns.
And don't think you can't kill a deer at 100 yards with buckshot, because you can.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen so many times. It only takes 1 pellet.
Yeah. But then you got a pretty long shot on one of your deer this year with your bow, didn't you? He has what do you have, a Raven crossbow?
Raven crossbow.
Yeah, the thing is super gnarly.
I think it was
But
about 40.
that's
40
not bad.
yard-
My
40
opinion,
yards.
45, 50 is not bad with a
would
bow.
ama-
That's
would
still
amaze
pretty
me-
good because
would
most
it-
guys shoot at about 20 to 25. They keep them close. So 45, 50 with a bow or a crossbow is pretty sweet.
What amazed me was I dropped it in its tracks.
Yeah, that
Dropped
is
it in
pretty
its
crazy.
tracks. Never ran. Just
How's
jumped up
that?
in the air and fell.
I know, and it split the deer. It split the skin of the deer with what, a 10-inch split,
Yeah,
wide open. I was like, it
I
looked
don't
like you
know
got hit
how
by a
it-
car.
Could open it that much.
All right, so LT, we get Dan up in here. LT,
Yeah. LT.
lieutenant. He knows you're a
Oh,
lieutenant.
yeah. Yes, sir.
Damn big.
Yes, sir.
He says, how long did it take to realize Ronnie wasn't coming back to New Jersey? And were you mad he stole your credit card? Actually, it wasn't really. I didn't jack his credit card.
Yes, you did. Jacked it all the way up. $400.
That was gas.
Still
I
owe
put
it
the
to
gas on.
Thanks for reminding me. Still owes me for the.
It was I had a credit card. It's emergency only. So I had a credit card that I used to take to the races, and if for some reason the truck broke down, van broke down, whatever, something went wrong, I could use it to get out of trouble. So it's not like I went into his wallet and stole his credit card.
No.
I had it, but I've decided to put all the money or the gas, all the gas on the credit card on the drive out, without telling him, because I had $200. I had $200 cash in a ratty van and that credit card. So I knew I needed to put the gas on the credit card to get there. And then once I got there, I had to figure out how to make how the $200 last a little while until I got a job.
I think I was more mad about him leaving because he was driving that ratty van, which I didn't think was going to make it. I
didn't think
was
he was gonna
more
make it either.
worried than anything that thing wasn't going.
He worries anyway. He's just a worrier.
But no, it was all good. It took me about a year to realize you weren't coming back. Yeah.
He said it took about a year.
Took about a year.
He was probably waiting maybe next month.
Maybe
Next month. And they thought, probably, because figure it took a year before I got on the Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Because
I think that was it. When you got on the Warped Tour, I
you
think
knew,
that's
like,
when I
yeah.
realized.
Because I moved out there in 1997, and I started filming with Deegan and the guys from Krusty and Metz, and I knew Metz and Deegan from the Nationals. And moved in with Deegan, and Metz hooked me up with his dad, and I started working construction with Metzger's dad. We used to dig cement footings for pools. But then I broke my foot filming. Remember? I got hurt, like right when I went out.
No, you broke your nose. You got your nose.
No,
broken.
yeah, that was the first day.
Had to bring you back home and get your nose fixed.
Broke my nose, but then I broke my foot. I remember I overjumped that jump.
Broke your foot. Had to bring him home
Broke
for that.
my foot, and then I was kind of off a little bit. I couldn't work, couldn't ride, and then I got back, healed up from that, and then the thing was, the cool thing about the Warped Tour, I wasn't even supposed to be on that tour, and Metzger, I don't know if you guys remember, when he got caught he was still racing, all of us still tried to race. He was racing the Supercross series, and he got caught in between someone's the rear fender and the swing arm, and someone was holding it wide open, and they basically did a burnout across his back, and he had a full-on 6-inch tire burn into his back, gnarly. They had to pull his skin together and staple it shut. So he wasn't able to go on he was supposed to be on the original group. It was Kerry Hart. Who was it? It was Hart, Link Kogel, Sink. No, Sink wasn't on the original one. He came in later. It was Mickey Diamond was the ramp guy, but he still jumped a little bit. Hart, Link Kogel, Metzger, and then I think Trevor Vines was
Trevor Vines
was on the original thing.
Vines was on the other.
And then Metzger got hurt, and he told me, he said, Feist, he's like, go take my spot. And I'm like, well, what do you mean go take your spot? He's like, just show up, dude. I'm going to call. Kevin Lyman was the tour manager. He's like, I'm going to call Kevin and just tell him that you're in and take my spot. So I did. I just showed up, and I drove down. I think the first show was in Arizona. And I was nervous because this is the first time they ever built ramp-to-ramp wooding jumps for dirt bikes on asphalt. Like, no one's ever really jumped these before. And we showed up down in Arizona. Mickey Diamond built these ramps. There was 2 8-foot pieces that they butted up together to make a 16-foot wide landing. And it had a 4-foot deck on it. Super, super sketchy. And I was nervous to begin with because I've never jumped a ramp. And the ramp had some steel in it, but it had a wooden takeoff. And I think they just painted it with like some type of grip, like had like dirt in it or something, or like some type of grip, like rhino line to make it grippy. But it wasn't a steel ramp yet. All the original stuff was wood. And Hart had to jump at first, and it was sketchy. I remember first jump, and no one's ever jumped it before. Mickey didn't even have enough plywood on the ramp that Hart went right through the ramp. Lucky he landed far enough down the downside that when his tire went through the plywood, it actually, because he overjumped it, he actually hit his tire blew through the ramp, bounced off the asphalt, and bounced him back out onto the flats, and then he ragdolled. Because think about it, if he would have landed where he should have landed at the top, and his front tire went through the landing, it would have endoed him and just worked him. Super sketchy. So I remember sitting there with Link Kogel, and Hart goes through the ramp and skates across the asphalt, and me and Link Kogel were like, I ain't jumping that thing, dude. But anyway, big shout out to Metzger for opening up that door, because that was the turning point. The Warped Tour.
Was a turning point.
It was a turning point. When I went on it was a turning point for the sport, because in 1998 is when we did the Vans Warped Tour, first time freestyle motocross toured America. Came off of that tour, and I never had to work construction again. I picked up 3-4 sponsors, paying sponsors, and then 1999 it went into X Games, and it went it was like a snowball effect from winning the X Games, Gravity Games. Remember the Sports and Music Festival MTV had. There was the LG contest. What was that other big one we did? The Blue Torch? Is that what it was called?
Yeah,
the
Blue
Torch
Torch.
event?
I think it was a Blue Torch.
There was back when this thing kicked off, there were so many contests to go to. The LG, not LG, yeah, there was an LG, but what was the LXD? That was the other one Paul Tabley started. The
Yes.
LXD.
Yeah.
So anyway, there was so much stuff, but yeah. Can't forget Mike for opening up the doors. That's the one thing I don't forget is people that helped me out along the way. Mike did, dude. I remember I was so poor when I moved to California. He used to just buy me food. He'd be like, "Hey, let me get your food, dude." And he would buy me like nothing good. We go to like Taco Bell, but hey, still, he was hooking me up, and I never forget that. I appreciate it when you're hungry and one of your friends will support you because you got no money. All right, I lost my spot. We were talking about the credit card, right? Was that the last one?
Yeah.
All right. Ring ding dong, Monroe's always saying that. All right, here we go. Hey, Mad Mike, here we go. Bing bang. He's saying, is Mad Mike Jones still in Pennsylvania? I think so. As far as I know, as far as I know, Big Mad Mike is still in the game. Mad Mike Jones. That's a name I haven't heard for a while, huh?
V-Dub again.
V-Dusky's in here? All right, here he is. Let's get him up here. Say, hey, guys, jumped in for a moment. Was talking with one of my workers last week, and he was from Jersey. Asked me what were the names of the tracks in Jersey you rode. So the very first track that we ever raced at was, it was called New Egypt. No, well,
it was called New Egypt then.
It was called New Egypt Raceway. And it was in New Egypt, New Jersey. And then it got bought out by new owners. Actually, Richie Zepko bought it. And what you doing? Was that your stomach?
No.
I heard something. And then I'm here, and he's squeaking. So he's like letting him. He's getting so old now, he don't even know they're coming out. He just start. And he doesn't even try to play it off. And then it got bought out and called Paraline Park. But then the other one was called Raceway Park, and that was in Englishtown. Old Bridge, New Jersey, Raceway Park, Englishtown, New Jersey. So they're the two tracks, and they're the only two tracks that I grew up. Yeah, there's another one now in Millville called Field of Dreams. But I've actually never rode there, never raced there. But yeah, they're the two spots, and I think anyone he would know for sure. He's from Jersey, he's into moto, he knows Raceway Park, everybody knows that spot because
Yeah.
it's the only spot. All right. Pretty sweet. Limp Biscuit. Cottonmouth Kings. I don't listen to Cottonmouth Kings, but I know those dudes. Super cool dudes, but I don't listen to them.
They were at a show we went to.
Yeah, they're all
And
good dudes. I know
yeah.
those dudes real well. Super cool
I
guys.
used to hang with them.
Yeah, they used to come out and watch all our shows. I've been to some other shows. All right, so let's get Jesse up here. It says, "Hey, bro, was your Black Friday sale on your website? And how was your thing?" Yes, so the Black Friday sale is on the website. I'll throw it up here one more time just so you can get it. Oh, let me get him down. It's RonnieFeistMX.com, and it's 20% off on everything on the site, and it goes to midnight tonight. So jump on there if you're looking, get some Christmas gifts or whatever you guys might need before the sale stops. And like I said, there's a couple of these left. These Team Rockstar hats signed. Like I said, these things are pretty sweet. Adjustable, little Rockstar, whatever. A couple of them's left. And I know I mentioned last week, we got some new stuff going to be coming out too. We actually trying to get it to the printers this week. So if we can get that stuff to the printers, hopefully it'll be up and available maybe towards the end of next week. All depends how busy they are with all the Christmas stuff. I'm sure everybody's trying to get stuff done for the holidays. All right, what is your best seller on your business? Best seller on the business is Big Faisst. I keep going like this, like I'm wearing it. Probably is Just Pin It. Just Pin It has been our best seller on
Don't mind the chest.
on everything. It's been bestseller. It's best selling sticker. It's the best selling tee, best selling hoodie, and we had banners, but we sold out of those. We don't have any banners left, but it has done really well. Everything has done well, but this is done the best. We sold out of most of it at one point, and then we reprinted everything. So everything's back in. So most of Just Pin It is back on the site. But that one, all right, here we go. Get Patrick up here. It says, what did Big Faisst think about your run-in with the cops in Temecula Motorsports? Do you remember that?
Oh, that was the skit?
Yeah, the skit.
Yeah, that was funny. Lucky they didn't shoot him.
I know.
They're
So
lucky.
that's funny. That's a good memory. I totally forgot. It's so funny. There's so much stuff that I just forget
Yeah.
about things.
No, that was a good skit, but
So
man,
if you guys don't know the story, way back, we can't remember. It might have been in my video. It might have been in.
it was in yours.
Was it in my video?
Yeah.
What was the name of my video? I can't remember. Man.
I forget. What was it called? Mentally Twisted?
Yeah, Mentally Twisted. That's it.
Yeah.
So
Been so many of
yeah,
them.
yeah. But anyways, in that video, and we decided to do a skit as if we were robbing Temecula Motorsports for some 250s, to get some 250s, and Twitch, all stoned up Twitch, comes out with 250cc. It's supposed to be like funny, haha, goofy skit. And but anyway, we had BB guns that looked like real guns, but we had leotards, like stockings over our face, and we're doing the skit. Well, people were driving by and saw us running out with, guns, and so they were like, whoa, these Temecula Motorsports are getting robbed. So people called the cops. So the cops really showed up, made the skit look really cool and real. Cops rode up, lights blasting, jumped out of the car and ran up on us with guns and were like, had us laid out on the ground, like. And they weren't happy. They told us we were idiots.
They were mad. I would have been mad.
Yeah, they were like, they said the same thing. You guys are idiots, and you're lucky you didn't get killed.
Yep.
So, but we weren't thinking it was because we asked the owner. We're like, hey, can we do this? He's like, yeah, cool. But they said, if you're ever gonna do something like this, you need to let us know. So we were like, oh yeah, probably should have called you.
Yeah, probably should have called him.
But it turned out to be cool for the video, but lucky no one got hurt, because at the end of the day, you can't run around with anything. You can't run around with guns by cops. It's just, you gotta be careful. So lucky no one got hurt. But it turned out to be funny.
The best part of that skit was the girl at the end. It's in the end. In the you had like some what do they call it at the end of the video? You have that
The B-roll stuff.
The B-roll stuff was,
Yeah.
was when you went in and the girl in the counter and this is a hold up and she came up out of the counter with a shotgun. And that's the best.
I need to watch. It's funny.
That's
You
the
forget
best part
about
of the
all
whole
the stuff in
thing.
there. I need to go. I haven't seen those things in so long. But it's cool to sit down sometimes and watch all the old moto videos. They're seriously like, because there were the things that motivated you. Like I would put on those videos and just get so pumped to go ride, and they still get you fired up and make you want to go out and riff. So I need to take a day and watch them. I don't. The sad thing is most of mine are on VHS. It's like I might even watch them.
Yeah, you can't
They're
watch
old
them.
VHS videos. All right, so let's get Casey up here. It says, "That's why I said last week, Coach, Sick Hunt needs to come back."
Yeah,
So that's another skit. It was
that was funny.
so yeah. So it was Skalansky was the cop. Skalansky was the cop we did with Deegan, and then Sick Hunt was the coach we did with at X Games with the Chargers. That was funny. That was pretty funny.
That was funny.
Because there was a real Charger like practice going on that day, and I kept rolling around with that outfit on. If anyone, I don't know if that skit's on YouTube or not, if you could find it. Maybe put it in Ronnie Faisst Coach at X Games and see what pops up. But I had like super short like baseball umpire shorts on with like knee-high Adidas socks with these like cleats that are like 15s, way too big, and with the whistle. And I had the hat just crimped, the super like coach style crimped on. And all these, like the real coaches for the Chargers were out there and they were doing spring training. And I kept blowing the whistle, yelling, huddle up. So everyone like kept looking at me like, who the heck is this dude? And I guess because they're probably like, we kind of looks like a coach. Like, who is this dude? People were tripping. It was funny though. Like there were some of the funniest things we did. We would laugh so hard. We like seriously couldn't even film half the time because we would be cracking up trying to get through it. Especially when we did stuff with Deegan. He was always funny. Oh, here's my buddy. I'm thinking this is my buddy Nick, 29 Scholl. Is that how you say his last name? So, because I think this is what I'm thinking this is. It's got to be. If it's not, maybe not. But anyway, if this is Nick, what up, dude? It's been a while. My buddy, he used to do my wooden floors when he did my house, and then actually when we flipped a couple houses in Cali, he was my floor guy. All right, so here's a question. If it's not Nick, sorry. Much love to 29. Shoal. Here's a question. Big Faisst, what was Big Faisst beat you at? Or what has Big Faisst beat you at? He can beat me in the drums. I'll give him that. Big Faisst has got
still
skills.
kick his butt. Too.
Yeah, right. He can't beat me no more. Big Faisst has got skills on the drums. He always had. So growing up, we always had a set of drums, and I'd sit down and try to play a little bit, get a little beat, could hold a little weak beat, but I never could sit down for more than like 10 minutes. 10, 15 minutes. I'd be like over it, and then I'd go outside and ride my dirt bike for like 3 hours. So I never got good at the drums because I couldn't sit long enough. But he rips. He started playing when what, you were 12 or 14?
14.
14.
13, 14,
And he played his whole life, played in bands, and I mean, he still plays with his buddies and stuff. So
yeah.
He's always been better at that. What else? He's a better builder than me. I'll give him that. That's where I learned I'm a handyman. I got handy skills, and it's because I learned them from this dude. But Big Faisst has built every single one of his houses that he's lived in. He's a skilled carpenter, and I'll give him credit. He can build better than me. But I like working with wood. Of all the things that I work with, wood's my favorite. And probably get it from you. And you said that even Grandpa was good with wood, right?
Yeah.
Grandpa, and even on my mom's side, my other grandfather's a good carpenter. So anyway, he's always been better on that side. He's never had skills on dirt bike though. But you're always good at baseball too. And you taught me a lot because I played when I got into. That was one of the first sports that I really liked.
Yeah,
was baseball. And Big Faisst was my coach. He was part of our. There was two of you. Hey, I heard that. It goes again. Don't even try to sneak it. I heard that.
What?
So he was good at baseball. He played that. He used to play ice hockey too. He used to be ice hockey. That's how I got into ice hockey. He was an ice hockey player. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's not right.
What?
That's not right.
Yeah. Don't blame it on me.
Oh my God. That's out all that deer. That was one thing we ate a lot this week. We ate the little Slim Jim sticks of the venison, and I can smell it. Look.
Blame.
Look at
Blames
it.
it on
Look,
me.
Steven says stop farting and he might get closer to a deer. That's right. Oh.
Who said that?
Look, Brian said that's the secrets of your hunting.
COVID call.
He said that's the scent. Oh my God, that ain't right. What's the best seller in your business? I think we hit this one already. And we said Just Pin It. So Just Pin It is the best seller for RFMX right now. Skalansky. Politic tact. Big thing is Skalansky. Policing tactics. You remember Skalansky? So it's Patrick. That was Deegan. That was a funny skit. Skalansky.
That was funny.
You remember when me and Twitch just roosted him in the mud puddle coming down the dirt road and he was on the bicycle and we splashed him? That was funny. Skalansky. We need to do another one. That'd be funny because Deegan likes doing skits. We should do another Skalansky and get him back. All right, so let's get Jason up here. He said, did you ever ride with Pogoroba? Yeah, you remember Anthony Pogoroba?
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. He was fast. Was he from Florida? Where was
He was,
Pogoroba?
he was from Florida.
Yeah.
He used to come up once in a
Lived
while
right
and
by him.
race Raceway Park.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he
we
raced
raced some
Hurricane Hills.
Yeah, I was gonna say he used to come to Hurricane Hills and race at some
Yeah.
of the some of those bigger races we were talking about. Were the Tucker Rocky series
Yeah.
where you have to try to qualify for that one race we went to. I remember Anthony though. Tell him I said what up if you still live by him. So he lived right by me for a while. He was in Krusty 3 and we watched it at the apartment when he was in town. Yeah, man, that's sweet. Big Jason. Yeah, tell him we said what up if you still see him. I remember him. All right, so we got that one. All right, so here's a Ronnie and Mel. Ronnie and Mel, when is the next live video for the ministry page? All right, so me and my wife have another page, a ministry page, and we do a live about once a month. So we're probably due. I know it's probably been due. So probably soon. Let's see. Talk to Mel on that one. We're gonna sit down and figure that one out. But we're due. We are due.
She's the director, so you have to talk to her.
No, we're due. We try to get one out once a month. But I know we have a video we just reviewed today. We're getting some changes made to it, and it's just Mel. And it is, I believe it's called Struggling with Sin. And I think that's something all of us could relate to. So that'll be coming out next, and then we should have a live coming soon. So we'll do a post about it and keep you guys updated. But yeah, check us out. You want any info on our stories, our testimonies, go to ronnieandmel.com. That's our website. You can find everything, or just look us up here on YouTube, Ronnie and Mel. And then we share our Christian faith and talk about the Bible and all that stuff. Oh, wait. All right. 250s. Yeah, everybody's laughing. All right, here we go. We'll get Jesse up here again. Here we go. All right, it says, Ronnie, will you ever come out with a Ronnie Faisst Moto jersey on your website? It would be awesome. Man, I mean, I don't know. The thing is, I don't know if I would have, if I had something like that, it'd probably just be like a one-off, just for you guys, post it up, let you guys grab on it. But I probably wouldn't ever try to come out with like a moto line for gear and stuff. It's just super hard to compete with all the companies that are doing really well at that. But yeah, something to think about. Definitely something to think about. But we will be doing some more giveaways, and I know I'm really low on jerseys, but it is the end of the year, and hopefully when I get the 2021 stuff from Shift, I'll have a few jerseys to give away from the 2020 collection. So we'll keep you guys posted when we do another jersey giveaway here, right here on Moto Monday. Do a little giveaway. We did one a few weeks ago now. Did some giveaways. So, all right, guys, we're kind of getting... Oh, how to overcome temptation. Maybe that's what it's sin, temptation. Maybe that was Mel. I'm looking at Mel. All right, so here, it looks like we're getting to about 8 o'clock. Let's get Steven up here with one more last question, and we'll wrap it up. It says, you got to use question marks, man. All right, yeah, so wait. All right, so I'm thinking he's saying Ace, letting Ace know. So let's get Ace up here because I probably skipped by it. It says, what was your motivation to learn more about God? I think my motivation was just simply like when I opened up the Bible, and started reading for the first, months, year, whatever. I think at the end of it, I just wanted to know more about God and who he was and what he was like. And you can kind of get that out of the Bible. So I was just, I feel like that is the That is the way God speaks to you personally the most is through His Word. And so I think that's where the motivation was. The motivation was opening up the Bible, reading it, learning about who He was, what He's like, what He's done, and then those types of things speaking to me personally and challenging me, and those things kind of causing a new direction in my life, or kind of changing my direction, just changing the way I thought, changing the way that I looked at things, changing the way that I wanted to live my life. So I think the motivation would come from encountering just God at the end of the day. That's really what it is, because that's kind of, when you open up the Bible, it's just not, you're not just reading words. Like, the Bible is living, and it's revealing a person, Jesus Christ. So I think when you encounter that, it's life changing, and it definitely made a big impact in my life. So I think that's the motivation, to encounter God. All right, well, hey, did I miss anybody's? 801, anybody? Oh, here. Oh, let's get Mr. Taylor up here. It says, what is your favorite helmet brand? Get Taylor up here for my favorite. I'm going to go, I mean, honestly, I wore Shoei for a really long time. I wore Fox. I wore Bell's, Fox, Shoei, back to Fox. I like my Fox helmet right now, so I think they look cool. And I like the new design with the breakaway visor, and I like the fact they have these little water packets, so you kind of have like this water protection kind of thing. But I think like any of those top line helmets are good, but I would go with Fox right now for me. I honestly was like, when I was wearing Shoei and I shifted to shift, I like wanted a Fox helmet. Like, I'm like, I want a Fox helmet to go with my shift gear. I thought they looked cool. And then when they came out with the new ones, I even thought the new ones looked cooler. So I'm going with Fox helmets. But I think Bell, Shoei, Fox, Arai, all those helmets are legit. Good, safe helmets. All right. Oh, wait, did I miss my question for Big Faisst? Where's Thomas at? Thomas, all right, we're going to scroll back up. I saw my buddy Thomas. How'd I miss it? Thomas Kimberly. We're going to end with Thomas Kimberly. How did I miss it?
Which one?
I just seen him put in there. He said, I missed this question for Big Faisst. I don't know how I scrolled past it.
What was this little thing?
No,
there? What was this little thing?
Man,
That
it
wasn't
must
the
have been way
skeleton
back
heads,
here.
was it? No, go ahead. You missed. You went right by it, I think.
Thomas Kimberly.
Is that it? No.
No. How did I miss it? What was Thomas Kimberly's?
I don't know. I asked him to ask it again. But answer Fred's question.
Where's Fred's? How am I missing everybody's stuff?
Go all the way to the
There's
bottom.
Oh, Fred right here. Fred, we're going to hit Fred, and then Thomas, you're on here. Post it up one more time. Dude, I don't know how I missed it. I was trying to find it, and I couldn't find it. Twice I have heard you mention about one day being a father. Any plans? Oh, no wonder Mel's coming up here. Get out of here, man. Get downstairs.
We're getting
Hey, go heat up the oven. We're going to make those cookies.
We're getting another dog.
Yeah. Any plans? Best thing to ever happen. See, look, best thing that ever happened to me. You and Mel seem to you and Mel seem like you would be great parents. Well, yeah, man, I appreciate that. And definitely, I do think I would be a good dad, because I had a good dad, and I think when you have a good dad, you learn so much from your dad.
Making me blush.
No, I think it's true, though. I think when you have a good father figure in your life, you learn so much from your father, it helps you be a good dad. So I do have confidence in being a dad because of my dad and everything he taught me, and how he was always there for me, how he's always supported me, always been a good dad. Always could count on him no matter what. So I think that's good. So, hey, to answer your question, I'm sure it's coming. It's someday, yes. Mel's probably put a little pressure on me in the last few months. So, probably, she's the one. All right, where's Thomas Kimberly? We got to get my buddy up
I
here.
don't see his question, but there is another question.
Super chat. Got Adam threw another super chat up. He said, love the show. God bless you. All right, brother. Thanks for being here, Adam. Much love. Thanks for all
What
the...
was your favorite X Games you ran?
Was that what the question?
And that was from Geo.
Oh, wait, here it is right here. Here it is right here. Thomas Kimberly. And then we'll do the X Games, and we'll wrap it up so we don't go too far. People are signing off. They're like, quit jibber jabbering.
No, I like it.
It says, what is your best advice for getting kids to ride hard and try their best without selling the box truck. Sorry, best on getting your kids to ride hard and trying to be their best without selling their box truck. It's kind of a funny question.
Well, the box van wasn't sold because you weren't doing well. The box van was because you was being a brat.
Was I?
Yeah. But no, like I said before, you just go out and have fun. You don't pressure them, because a lot of times you pressure your kids, you just get burned out and you don't want to race anymore.
Yeah.
You don't want to ride, so let them do what they want to do. They want to go out and race or go out and practice or ride, let them go ride. They want to play football or something, let them play football.
Yeah, I went through everything.
You went through everything: football,
baseball, soccer, wrestling, karate,
karate.
and then moto. But moto stuck and karate stuck.
Yeah.
I always took karate. And I quit karate for the first 2 years, I think we raced, and then I went back.
Yeah.
And then I stayed with it. So, that's a funny question, though. All right, and then what was the last one? All right, what was, I want to get, what was your question, dude? What was your favorite, hey, put your question, how do I say his name again? Liam. One more time, dude, so I don't have to scroll to find it, because I don't want to skip people. And all right, what was your favorite sport besides dirt bikes? I would say karate, because that was the only thing that I wanted to do other than race motocross. But I was really good at baseball, and I really enjoyed baseball.
He was actually an all-star catcher, first baseman, and an all-star linebacker.
And I could hit. I hit good.
Yeah. Nobody could go run on his side.
Negative. That's right. Don't even try it.
Okay, Liam's question was...
But I loved baseball. I played football, and I liked football, but I liked baseball better than football. I was better at it.
Yeah.
And but I enjoy karate the most, other than dirt bikes.
What was it like being on Viva La Bam?
Viva La Bam. That was his question?
What was it like?
All right, so we're going to put him, we're going to put Liam up just because this was his question. Liam, it was fun being on Viva La Bam. I mean, it was scary at the same time. Just think about it. That was the time Deacon got hurt and almost died. So it was fun to go out there and meet all those dudes, be on MTV, and back then we were really crazy guys, getting real wild. But Deacon crashed and he almost died. Took a handlebar to the gut. And it's pretty scary when you look down at one of your best friends. And Deacon was telling me, he said, "Dude, I'm dying." And he knew. He kept saying, "Where's the ambulance?" And there was no ambulance, no medics on the scene that day. And they didn't get there fast. It was outside of Pennsylvania. It was in Pennsylvania, but outside of Philadelphia. I can't remember where he grew up.
It was out there.
But the ambulance didn't show up fast. It was a good 45 minutes. And the crazy part about the story is when Deacon got hit with the handlebar, did that flip, under-rotated, handlebar stuffed him, it blew his kidney apart, it ripped the main artery off his kidney that pumped blood. He would have bled to death other than a part of the kidney that exploded, fell in the artery, and plugged it. And that's the only reason the doctor told him he lived. He said if that wouldn't plugged it up, he would have bled out before the ambulance even got there. But he knew. It was crazy. He was white as a ghost. And so it was scary for all of us.
And what was it like racing Twitch at X Games for Speed Sad?
That was one of the... Who asked her that question?
Liam.
Oh, all right. That was one of the funnest races ever, racing Twitch. Remember that one? That one was sweet. That's when I stalled. I pulled the whole shot. Twitch slid out in the turn behind me.
Right.
And then I pulled a big lead on him. I stalled
You actually lapped him, because I just watched it not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah, you actually lapped him. He still was a lap down when...
Yeah, they messed up the whole... I think I told the story before, but I stalled in the whoops, and then Twitch caught back up to me, and I couldn't get my bike started. I was panicking. I was trying to start it without it out of gear and with the clutch in. I should have put it in gear and just kicked it. It would have started right out. So bonus tip: fall over sometimes on a 4-stroke. Sometimes put it in gear and kick it. It'll start faster than sometimes trying to kick it with the clutch in. He passed me back, and then he ghost rode his bike at the finish line. So he never actually crossed the finish line on his bike, and the rule was you had to ride across the finish line. So Deegan runs back out onto the track and says, "Dude, you never crossed the finish line. You got to ride your bike." So there was never an official winner. So then both me and him went and raced back across the finish line. But then X Games realized they shorted us a lap. They gave us when the white flag came out, they gave Twitch the checker flag. So they shorted me a lap. I was in second. I should have got another lap, so that's why they messed up.
But if they would have went back and looked at it,
So they
you
messed
you
up.
had lapped him.
So we both got
So,
bronze medals.
he
So
was
me and
actually
Twitch
down-
didn't care because we both got bonuses.
I
We
know.
were pumped. We were like, yo, I got a medal, you got a medal, and we both got bonuses. We high-fived and left X Games, and we didn't even care. It was the funniest, sweetest event race for both of us. So, because one of us would have had to get fourth, because we both got bronzes. So
Yeah.
that was a race for bronze. So whoever would have, and the bonuses only go to third. So if you would have, whoever would have got fourth would have got no
Yeah.
bonuses. So it worked out good for both of us. So anyway, cool stories, man. We'll wrap it up, man. It's 10 minutes past 8. I want to take up your guys' Monday night too much. I know some games are on. But hey, thanks for hanging out, man. We love doing this with you guys. You guys are our Moto family. And this is Moto Mondays. If you're new here, come hang out. We do this every week. We'll be back next week. If you need any information on moto schools and moto merch, visit RonnieFaisstMX.com.
Remind them about the sale.
And yeah, the sale goes to midnight tonight. 20% off everything on the site. So jump on it. Get some Christmas gifts to the family. And thanks again for all the super chats. Thanks again to everybody that's been here. Thanks again for all the questions. Big shout out for Big Faisst for hanging out. And like I said, we're going to try to get that software and bring on some of the boys from Cali. Maybe we can get Deegan and Twitch on here. Maybe bring Taka back, Potter. Be cool to hear from some of the guys you don't hear from so much anymore. But yeah, that's the goal. So if we can figure out how to do the software and get it working, once a month we're going to try to bring on a guest over these next few months here in the winter. So peace out. Love you guys, man.